Behavior is important anywhere you are, but it becomes a little more crucial when you add the continuing stress of law school. A lot of this stuff is just common courtesy, but when you start, getting your hectic schedule and you have classes to get to, and oh my gosh, I forgot to print this out, tensions get crazy, and the smallest things that in any other situation would not be a big deal, all of a sudden are a huge deal because tensions are high. The first thing I'm going to say is just be careful what you're saying. This isn't necessarily addressing don't talk about people. I don't think I need to tell you don't talk about people. General knowledge. But just be really careful in your tone, because you can have the best intentions in the world, but if you're having a frustrated day, or you're just, you've only had 2 or 3 hours of sleep, something might come out horribly wrong, and that could be damaging for, if somebody doesn't know you well yet, that could be damaging forever. But it could definitely leave, an ill mark on somebody for a while. So just be careful how you answer, especially when you're answering your professors. And this is going to roll over to the professional world. Whether intentional or not, judges do not respond well to disrespect. That will go into my second point in this video. This is extremely important. It's not hard to do, but it's something we many times overlook. And that's apologize. Even if it's a small thing, just take 2 seconds out to apologize. I can give you a good example of this. Again, when tensions build, things that you normally wouldn't give any notion to can possibly build into something big. I was in a class and we got split up into groups, and in law school everybody is opinionated. I mean, I don't care who you are. If you go to law school, you've got opinions about things and you want to express them. I hope, because that's what you're going to be doing as a lawyer. But we're working in a group, and I start scribing down all the things for my group, and I'm getting input. And in my mind, I have an understanding of what the assignment is, and another person in my group has another understanding. And as they're giving me input, I said, look, that really just doesn't matter. That's not what this is about. It's not a big deal. And then I went on about it, and you could tell that there was tension there, and I had to get the assignment done. But the important thing is that I was cognizant enough to pick up on, I don't think that came out the way I meant it to. Could I have just went on about my day? Absolutely. But I value the person that I was talking to as a classmate and colleague and friend enough. I wanted to make sure that, I didn't add to their tension for that day, and that there was no question of how I felt. So it took 3 seconds. Hey, I just want to let you know that I do value your opinion. I'm sorry if that came out as dismissive, because that's not what my intention was. I was just simply trying to, explain that this is not a graded assignment. It's something we're just supposed to do really quick, but I do really appreciate your input, and I value your ideas. And, that was it. The other person came back with, yeah, well, I thought it was this and that. Long story, I don't have to give you a diatribe of what was said, but just that simple, small, 3-second apology, who knows what that could have averted, because I might have come across totally wrong to that person, and I would totally understand. I mean, if I thought somebody was, being dismissive to me, like, who is this person? They act nice, but clearly they're not. And it just was simply me being preoccupied with my entire day, not just that class. So take the time to apologize. The other thing I can say on this is, as far as being cognizant of what you're doing and how it's affecting others, pay attention to these things. If you're walking down the hallway and you see a friend and they don't look like they normally do, stop them and say, hey, do you need to talk? And sometimes they just need that simple affirmation of somebody cares enough to ask, because the stress bombs that happen in law school come out of nowhere, and sometimes it just takes that gentle hug, or how are you doing, or hey, if you need me, come find me during lunch, or whatever, for that person to realize, for them to realize that they have something going on. If they do need to talk to you about it, they can, but mainly it's just somebody cares enough to ask, and sometimes that's all it needs to diffuse the situation. Lastly, and I think this one is important, and that is get over it. There is far less in law school that's personal than you can try to make it out to be sometimes. If a law professor is dismissive to you, if they don't want to hear what you have to say and they say no, 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 and they go on, it doesn't mean that they think you're dumb or that they don't want to hear what you have to say. It just simply means that they've got to steer the class in the right direction. If a professor says, put that phone away, it's not professional to have the phone out, for whatever reason you had it out, it could be a total misunderstanding. There could be a good reason, but you know what? Get over it. Realize, okay, I'm sorry. Apologize. At the end of class, I'm very sorry about that. Whatever. Going back to apologies, but mainly just get over it. It's going to help you immensely, because if you keep holding on to these little things, they're going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. The more you have pent up, the worse it's going to be, and somebody might not be there for you. So, get over it.